My name is Daniel Usera, and my teaching mentor, Mitch Kelly, used to say, you want the students so engaged that by the time the 50th minute comes and you say class is over, they're looking at the clock and going, man, that went by fast, right? You want class to go fast for them, and you want them to be just unaware of what the time even is because they're so engrossed.
I walk with my mom every day after school for about half an hour, and I come home and I literally just go on and on and on about what he has shared with us that day or what we got out of that class. And she says, I cannot imagine how he gets so much into just that hour and 15 minutes. But he does, and suddenly class is over just like that.
So your topic today, we're going to do 30 seconds. Your topic today is going to be about, how about what you're thinking in terms of your persuasive speech as to what you're going to be doing, okay? So in a couple seconds here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
No chances.
What about
At least until...
And feedback, go. Feedback.
You can tell that you are definitely relaxing. You're less shaky, and you seem becoming
and areas that she didn't. So you're gonna have pictures of people.
All right, questions, go. Questions.
So that
Now here's a difference between informative and persuasive speaking. In informative, you're an educator. You're here to teach people about something. When you're persuasive, when you're persuading people, it's different. You're no longer just a teacher. Now you're an advocate. Now you're taking a position on something. So your role is different as a speaker. You're not just teaching us anything. You're trying to get us to do something, which makes you then some kind of advocate, okay? So your role as a speaker is different. Imagine the United States having so much debt that we have to pay $500 in taxes every year. Wouldn't that be an inconvenience for you? Wouldn't that be expensive? Imagine having to pay for all the things that you pay for, but you're going to now have this monthly bill of $500. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the United States is borrowing so much money today that this is a reality in the next 10 years. You're going to be around when this happens. And we need to do something about it. And then you get into your speech. You see what I did there? The first one, the United States is $3 trillion in debt. We're going to have inflation in 10 years. Okay, great. That makes sense. That's abstract, okay? For an abstract audience, that's cool. But it doesn't speak, right? We don't relate to abstractions. We relate to stories, everyday life, vivid examples of things. Remember, when you're up here, you have a great power. This is why public speaking is such a powerful thing. And this is why people who are good speakers become good leaders by nature, is because you get this power to put images in people's heads. And the whole idea of persuasive speaking then is to get people to see what you see and to get them to agree with you. Find that common ground. Find the common ground between you and the audience. You don't have to be their enemy when you're up here, even if you're going to tell them that they are wrong. You can come across as a friend who's telling them that they're wrong. Because the enemies we shut out, friends we listen to. And that's part of your task. If you're going to go for a speech that's a little bit more controversial, is you have to sell yourself as a friend. You do that, they at least listen.
The
way he teaches it, he has so much enthusiasm behind his teaching. It really makes you have a passion for it in a sense too. Most people think public speaking, easy class, I'll get through it, I have to take it. But his enthusiasm makes you want to come to class, it makes you want to learn how to do it and do really well at it.
Of course, public speaking was like, what did I get into? He has actually made this class fun for me, honestly.
Dr. Daniel is very knowledgeable, and he relays it in a very good manner that's easy to understand. He goes into, I think, a lot of examples that make you understand what he's talking about.
I personally learned so much more besides communication and how to communicate. I learned a little more about myself, anxieties I was unaware of, writing materials, how to write out proper papers and make it fluent, and I'm taking that one with me in my future classes. I mean, he went beyond just communicating it on stage.
I think some people ask, like, where do you get all this energy from? Like, and I think it's just excitement. It's just the opportunity to teach students about communication and knowing that they're going to be using it is just exciting. And there's nothing that can really, there's no other job where you really get to do that.